Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see Linux file system. In the last lecture, we have seen how Kali Linux looks like and how does it work. But in this lecture, we are going to cover Linux file system. So the Linux file system structure is somewhat different from that of Windows. So Linux does not have a physical drive like C drive in Windows. So as we all know that the C drive is at the base of the file system in Windows operating system but uses a logical file system instead in case of Linux. So at a very top level of file system we are having, okay, let me first introduce you, we are having this. So this is nothing but this is the root of file system in Linux. Okay, this is nothing but the root. Okay, what it is, it is root. Okay, it is root. Okay, so now let's see one by one how Linux file system looks like and what does it mean. Okay, so as we all know that this symbol, this is the forward slash symbol, this is the root of the file system. It is at the top of all the file, it is at the top of the file system of Linux. Now let's start with the root. So what is root? So root is nothing but the home directory of all powerful root user. Okay, now let's see what next. Next is home directory. So what is home directory? So the user's home directory. What does it mean? So home directory is nothing but if suppose that if one user is there, so it will contain one home directory. That is why it is called as user's home directory. Now let's see next one, which is hyphen media. So what is, sorry, not hyphen media, it's media. What is this? So media is nothing but where CDs and USB devices are usually attached or mounted to the file system. Okay. Now next one we are having etc. So what is it is? What it is? So it is nothing but it is, we can say, generally contain the Linux configuration files. So these are the files that control when and how programs start up. So what it is nothing but the Linux file configuration, Linux configuration files, and it controls when and how program will start up. So the next that one that we are having here is lib, which is also called as library. Okay, so what it is? So it is nothing but this is the place where you will find libraries. What is libraries? So as we can take the example of Windows, so this is nothing but the shared program that are similar to the Windows DLLS. Okay, so next at the end we are having bin. So bin is nothing but we can simply define bin is a place where application binaries resides. So what it is a place where application binaries reside. So this is equivalent to the executables in Windows operating system. Okay, so we will spend more time with these key directories throughout this course. So understanding these first level directories is important to navigating through the file system from the command line. So it is also important to know before you start that you should not log in as a root when performing routine tasks. Routine task means basic tasks. Okay, because anyone who hacks your system, so when you are logged in as a root, would immediately gain access to the root account and privileges, thus own your system. So log in as a regular user when starting regular application like web browsing application and running tools like Wireshark and so on. So this is all about the file system of Linux, and later in this course we are going to see how these files work. So in the next lecture we are going to see first of all some basic commands that we use inside Linux operating system.